Hey Wings fans, and welcome to my first vlog, aka the worst vlog, because I'm not really prepared for this, but I really need to get my training camp stuff up and online. So, I'm about to share with you some notes I took during the first, 3 days of practice out in Traverse City. Did a little scouting, not much a prospect scouting girl usually, but I found it really pretty enjoyable. So, without further ado, here are some of my scouting notes. The first guy that I decided to look at was Jonathan Erickson, and unfortunately, he was not looking too good. Oh no, not too good. He turned the puck over in the scrimmage, wasn't playing confidently. He seemed like he was listening to Soleil, but I don't know if anything was really sinking in there. Not good. Second guy I scouted was Jakob? No, it's Jakob. Gotta be. Kindle. Who's a big kid, and he skates pretty well, but other than that, I was just kind of like, Kindle. He's okay, I suppose. I also looked at Flop, aka Hillary or Ilari, or however you say it, blah blah. He's okay. He seems like he's a solid player, no flashes of brilliance. But I watched him do a really solid up-ice carry, which was pretty nice, and he seems like he can probably put the puck in the net. Sometimes he looks like an NHLer, and sometimes he looks like he's just kind of skating around out there, taking up space. Not too good there. I checked out one of the new Red Wings, Ruslan Soleil. He seems like a super solid D-man. You can't tell how creepy and dirty he is when they're scrimmaging, which is nice. Got to forget about that for a few minutes, which was kind of cool. Apparently I'm the only one creeped out by him too. The other gals that I was there with didn't seem to find him remotely creepy. I think I have a long memory of NHL players though, and he's kind of a dirty one. I also took a look at Ritola. I have a hard time pronouncing stuff. I do better in text format, and yet here I am vlogging. He's he's a good stick handler, like super good stick handler, and he's good with the puck, moving it around. Basically anything to do with the puck on his stick, he's quite good at it, except he doesn't really have much of a shot, or he could, but he doesn't use it. There wasn't much to see with Ritola. He was, flashy, can do some deking, but mostly not a lot of finish on that kid. And I also checked out Tatar, who we were calling Tots. I think other people probably call him Tots too, because his name looks like Tater. Pretty funny. He's a faster than average skater, and he's kind of little. He was pretty skilled though for one of our prospects. Nice to see him out there looking like a skilled player. Not so sure about being NHL ready. Doesn't look like he plays rough at all, and I'm not so sure about his ability to go into corners and get off the puck, things like that, but he definitely is a skilled little guy, and he's a good guy to have in the system, I would say. Speaking of little guys, I also scouted Earhart, who is a pretty small defenseman. Comes off like a stay-at-home guy. He seems to pass fairly well when he's not having to make a very quick decision. He's got good lateral motion though across the blue line, and I did seem to get the impression that he's played on the power play some, and he knows how to make some good offensive plays from the point, so maybe not necessarily a stay-at-home guy. Yeah. I scouted Coatsy, who looked like he was probably teeny tiny. He's got a slightly awkward stride, but he's got some speed, maybe about average, a little below. Plays with good energy, which was nice. Not as good energy as Patrick Eves, who I'm pretty sure needs Ritalin, but some good energy anyway. He seems to be able to put the puck in the net and have good hockey sense. He's scrappy and unafraid to go into the corners. Other than those guys, I scouted Ritola again a day later to see maybe some more of him. Not a whole lot more of him. didn't really need to see more of him. He was kind of all there. I wasn't that impressed. He was okay, just not super exciting. And I actually scouted Maltby because he's kind of trying to make the team, but he just was Kirk Maltby. He was out there playing a team, doing the kind of things you expect Kirk Maltby to do, being a goofball, messing with his other teammates, smiling a lot. It's like he was trying to make the team based on being everyone's best friend, which was cool, but not so sure if it's going to cut it. Really not. It was nice, though, that he had a lot of confidence and seemed to be treating it just like any other training camp. I looked at Piche. He was okay. Nothing very exciting. I did watch him get deked by Hoodler pretty bad during a scrimmage. It was a little funny. And I looked at Payet, I don't know. Those accents, not my thing. He's definitely little for his position, but he seems to have pretty good hockey sense and pretty good positioning, which I figured he'd have to, being that little and getting as far as he has. He managed to hold the puck in at the line once or twice during the scrimmage, but I was not too impressed with him overall. I scouted Archibald, who's now been cut, so really nothing pertinent there. He is a pretty good player. Definitely got a lot of energy. He's aggressive with the puck, and he seems to come out of nowhere, and all of a sudden he's got the puck on his stick and he's got a scoring chance, which I thought was really cool. But we let him go, so no big deal. The prospect I was definitely the most excited about was Brendan Smith. He's pretty amazing. I thought that he had excellent skills, moving well with and without the puck. He's got super solid skating. Pretty much all hockey skills basically seem to be there. At one point during a drill, he got open his point, called for it, got it a little late, but still managed to make a play that created a scoring chance. And let's see, I'm looking at my notes, obviously. Oh, another time he went down in the corner, but still managed to pass it to a teammate to get it clear out of the zone when he was playing defense in his own zone, which was really neat too. Basically everything about that kid looks good. He looks pretty poised and pretty skilled. I'm definitely a fan. So, those are my scouting notes. For the regular squad, I liked the new defensive pairings. Nicholas Lidstrom and Nicholas Conwell seemed to go very well together. I felt similarly about Rafalski and Stewart, and well, Jonathan Erickson's not good at hockey, but him and Slay seemed like they're going to be passable back there, if not exactly stellar. I thought that the lines were looking great. I think the best third line in the NHL, which is what we should probably call Modano and Hoodler and Cleary, I thought they were looking good. I thought they were going to be pretty solid. Hoodler and Modano seem to be like instant BFFs, which is weird because there's no way I could stand Gary Hoodler. So, good for my team though. The second line was clicking, it looked like. Pretty nice. But we expect good things from them, and of course the Euro Twins plus Homer looks great. The fourth line is where it gets a little tricky and confusing, so let me look at my notes for that. I said fourth lines because we totally have two. We have two fourth lines that would work for pretty much any team in the NHL, which is neat. So the training staff put together Abdelkader, Miller, and Maltby, and they also put together Eves, Helm, and Draper. And pretty much when you look at that, that's a solid fourth line. So getting to pick and choose from those guys is pretty good. Based on what I saw at camp, I would guess that the guys that would be out there would be Eves and Helm and Draper. And if Draper was injured, then I would say Eves and Helm and Abdelkader. And as for the guys on the bubble, I don't really get into all that, but definitely like seeing Abdelkader and Miller together as Spartans. I thought they did a pretty good job. And okay, I should probably conclude this, my first really crappy vlog. And I hope I'll see you all again when I'm a little more prepared for this. Thanks, guys. Let's go in.